Hey guys, Reno here. Welcome back, after a very long time, to BeamNG Drive. For a bit of bringing back an old series, although with a new name. Remember the series I used to call Race Mania because I couldn't think of a better name for it at the time? I think like Banger Racing would be a bit of a better name, literally because the AI are just going to be, driving into each other. So up front today we have a Pacima, but the cardboard variant. In second place we have I think it's called a Celica, something like that. And it's very low to the ground, so rip this thing over the curbs. Then we have the third, we have the Piccolina CJD. In fourth, also space is called out relative, so they can get a bit downstream before they drive into each other. We have a Legrand Aero Coupe race version. At the back, a minivan, a Kashira US Rally, 4-wheel drive but majority front-wheel drive. So now the only thing left to do is to actually set the AI to go, and this car as well, which is why I brought back the little menu. Another thing that I need to do is set all the parameter awareness to off and get the rest close to 0.69 as I can. I'm going to let go. Well, I think I'm going to get to it. Because in testing, having it on 1 is too high. Most of the cars with bad brakes will shoot off. Obviously having it on the lowest 0.3 is just really slow. I found 0.69 to be like a happy medium, although I'm not getting any of the cars anywhere close to that so far. 60 is that's closest so far. And then again put this one on off on the awareness and down to 0.69, 67, getting closer. But this one though is the only one that goes the other way, because it's the car that I spawned last. This is the one where I go up. So 70, okay, that one's going to be a bit over, but never mind, and let's get going. And then there's going to be a nice slow start for all the cars. Space them out so they can get, like I said, a bit of the way down the straight before they start driving into each other. See all the cars are going to be faster than each other. And the ones at the back, they take a while to get going, but they are a lot quicker than these other cars once they actually do get going. You got the front three there just having a nice push along, and now here come the other two. The Shark was pushing the Aero Coupe, so it's a lot quicker than the Aero Coupe. Back up front there, everything's actually going relatively well. This was not how the practice run went. By now, I think 3 cars had spun off and the Shire was leading in the practice run that I did. And then here come the back 2 cars now finally catching up. Gonna slow things down though. Just get a look at that contact, it's going to be a big ripple effect. It's going to be a little bit. Not as dramatic as I was expecting. I thought someone's engine exploded, but it's just the exhaust smoke coming out the back of the Pacima as everything here just shoves itself along in a nice, orderly line. Although if things stay like this, I'm not really expecting the Pacima to make the corner. Although, we've got some moves going on now. Got the Grand to make a move on the Piccolina, making it side by side, because with the awareness turned off, the AI will just try and stick to their normal line as much as possible. Though we've got the Celica doing a really good defensive drive though, trying to block off the faster cars from coming past. Although as it stands right now, the Aero Coupe is driving over the Piccolina. That's going to head straight for the corner though, and it's going to tag the Pacima as well, take out the leader, possibly. Now he's going to get through, the Piccolina's going to get through, going to make contact again, and now he leads the race, shows up second, and the Aero Coupe just gets tagged once again by the Pacima, and now, from literally nothing happening to everything happening. The Pacima's going the right way. Is this going to go the right way? Yes it is. Now it's the Piccolina, the third fastest car, that now leads the way from the Kashira, the fastest car here. And the Piccolina though is also the only rear-engined car, so it getting whacked in the back like this isn't going to be ideal, but the little taps I don't think are really going to do any damage. Of course though, the longer it can actually, does that front light still work? It does, it's just pointing at the floor. It's the new Morgan design. And the Aero Coupe though, despite climbing over one of the other cars, actually it's got some pretty good speed. It has got a puncture, but that's about the only thing wrong with it so far. Pacima, if all the cars finish, this being a first round, the car that finishes in last, and if no cars finish, the car that makes it the furthest distance will be the winner. So either way, there'll be at least one car from this lot going through to the next round. However, I don't see it being the Celica at this moment with how slow it's going on the acceleration. It's also smoking us here. So I mean, the radiator is actually on the front, and that is destroyed. On the hill though, the Piccolina's actually got some pretty good speed on it. You saw the Kashira and the aero coupe take a while to get going through the lower gears. So that could be a saving grace actually for the Piccolina. It's the smallest thing here. Probably the lightest car as well, because it's a lot smaller. The Kashira, although it's a lot bigger, is stripped out, so it's not going to be as heavy as it could be. Let's look at those sticking to the inside line, doing a lot of defensive moves. Let's look at the Kashira, they're getting a bit of a run. Of course, so the Piccolina's going to block off the line, and once again, it's just going to be a little tap. Although that little tap though, looks like I thought I was going to send it around for a second then. The nice cardboard effect here. Of course, the cardboard really doesn't really have much effect on the car, and it's a nice. I mean, it just scatters some nice debris all over the track. I'll give it that at least. And oh no, the Celica's round. This thing really is not having a good time, is it? Well, once again, the Piccolina is able to pull away a little bit on the acceleration through the lower gears. Man, the question is how long can it stick with it? Because it's got the whole of the straight to get through down once again. Because this is going to be a two lap race like it was back with the previous times. Once again, Piccolina's got a good run, and the aero coupe is just hanging back. He doesn't need to win this round, so it can just afford to stay behind. There's no need to win. It's just the survive the round in this case. Over in camera view, and the Piccolina's going to make it around the corner and lead once again. It can really carry the speed through the corner, unlike seemingly the Kashira, which once again loses out a little bit. And the aero coupe is catching up slowly. Once again, also has the same problem as the Kashira, slower through the lower gears. Now, around the final corner, is this going to get a good launch off the final corner? I mean, it's pretty even with the Piccolina. And they're going to have a whole straight of bumping it potentially out of the way. Because the top speed of the Kashira, obviously with me driving it because the aero won't do it, the Kashira is about like 40 or 50 mile an hour quicker on top end speed. Of course, the AI is never going to get anywhere near that kind of speed. Okay, so it's going to be a push all the way down. Might be in the braking zone where any moves potentially happen. As the Pacima, the least damaged car here, is making its way around the final corner onto the second lap. And if this thing stops spinning out, then maybe the Celica has maybe a slight chance of getting through into the next round. It's just got to not be last. Pacima is making its way down the straight still, with a lot of Kashira pushing it along. The aero coupe getting back into things once again. The Kashira looking for a move, going to try and pit maneuver out the Piccolina out of the way. There with a good defense once again. It may be light, but it seems to know what it's doing. Although the Kashira's going to get the outside line, it does. It gets side by side, and it's going to make the move through into the corner. But now is the Kashira going to get stopped into the braking zone? That's the next question. And it does. It does get itself stopped. It's also taken out the mudguard though, or more the arch from the Piccolina. So we have a new leader now, and now you can see how quickly the Kashira can, if it can actually pull away. Never noticed the dent on the fender on the inside though. I mean, that's probably for when it launched itself. Also, this thing isn't aero dependent, so if that wing came off, it wouldn't really make a whole lot of difference. And of course, I tested it on the Pacima as well. This thing really isn't aero dependent either. 84 mile an hour though, so that's still quicker than what the Pacima would do, but I don't think it's got any chance of really catching up though. Catching at the speed that it is. The Kashira, you can see, is definitely pulling away, so yeah, the Piccolina had the advantage on the acceleration earlier on. I don't really see the aero coupe being able to do anything now. Might just have to follow the Piccolina home, but this round it really doesn't matter. So if the Kashira actually goes on to win this round, which I don't see why it wouldn't if he's not smoking or anything, the radiator is exposed, but the bumper's still there and is what's taken the damage so far. So if this wins, then this will have to win the next round in order to stay in. That's how my rules worked. But every other car that finishes, apart from last place, from this round will be through as well. Steamer is going for a nice leisurely stroll still, as ever. You get a nice look here at all the good cardboard camera angles. How far behind though are the Celica's out? Well, if all the other 4 cars just finished, then we already know the car's going to be out. So let's say I'm going to be looking for a new second place car going into the next round. Although there could be a move on here for second place. The aero coupe making a very, very slow attempt at trying to get past the Piccolino. Are these two actually stuck together, maybe? Well, I think they actually are a little bit stuck together. So what I'm going to do is my old tactic, put this one on disabled, and then slam on the brakes, and see if they separate themselves. Which they do. Let's get it back on the road once again. Pause that, and put the speed, and put the AI back on to random, and let them go again. Oh, that might give the Piccolino second place because they were stuck together, I think. Definitely more damage there to the fenders. Maybe they were, maybe they weren't. The aero coupe, though, with some good run scaling, they can push the Piccolino, can try and bully it out of the way, use its size advantage and its speed advantage where it can. I mean, these two did launch over each other at the start, so they're the reason they both have punctures. So these two already got some history in the very first round. As the Shire without a care mode just goes on its merry way. Actually, a bit of damage to the door, I mean, that would be where it got launched up the inside of the aero coupe. Oh wait, this thing actually works. It's going away. If it stays in last place, then it's going to be out either way. It's got a lot of work to do and not a lot of time to do it in. And the aero coupe once again going to try and pit the Piccolino. It seems to be the favoured tactic of trying to get past the little car is just try and pit it out of the way. Let's have another load into the brakes on the Piccolino. We actually have some good speed, good 10 speed on there. Getting on the brakes early though. They're going to get pushed into the corner by the looks of it. As the Kashara now comes round the final corner and looks like it's going to take the victory. Not seeing the other cars coming down. I think they've got through the corner okay. And then coming up now to the end of the finish line, which will be as soon as they get past, as soon as it gets fully past this curb, and the Kashira takes the win. Fastest car here makes its way through to get to the end. And then is it going to be the Piccolino in second place? Going around the final corner, looks like it is. I think, yeah, the aero coupe's definitely backed off through there. All these three cars are all going to be through into the next round anyway, so it doesn't really matter where they finish for now. Although the upper hand will go to the Piccolino because it knows it can hold off the aero coupe. And second place then for the Piccolino. Now to put that on stopping, get on board with the aero coupe, wait for that to cross the line. And is there going to be any post-race contacts between any of these three cars? Yes, there is. The aero coupe gives the Piccolino quite the nudge. Yeah, still, well, that even knocks off his little wing. I don't even know it had a wing, so I'm guessing it's not really aero dependent either. Now then, we just got to wait for the Pacima to get around, unless it just somehow blows up. Talking of blowing up, I don't know. I mean, props to this car for still going, with how low it is. I knew it was going to destroy itself over the curbs. And once again, it just catches on that one, and because it's so low, it just takes itself out. But props to this car for actually lasting a lot longer than I thought it would. And then the Pacima's coming around the final corner now. It's slow, but it's the car that is in the best condition out of all of them. I mean, it just gets pushed out of the way. And if this thing, I don't know, if it hadn't got pushed out of the way, maybe this thing could have actually held on for the win. I doubt it, because this thing has pretty poor brakes. It probably would have got pushed off into a braking zone, but you never know. Now, is this thing going to have any post-race contact with the car in front of it? The aero coupe, since it had contact, what they do is gives it a little bit of a nudge, just to show the little bit of displeasure it has. And the, well, this is now going the wrong way, so the Celica, whatever it is not getting through into the next round. And being in the gravel trap is probably the best place for it, actually. So then let's see, do any of these cars still actually drive, and how do they drive? It's all, well, the Piccolino still has full steering, and that light still works. The Piccolino was also the car that won my test round, so this thing, well, again, did pretty good, though the back of it now is pretty flattened in, so I think another whack on the engine might have taken it out. I think it still drives okay. The aero coupe now has part of the Piccolino with it. This thing, yeah, this is perfectly fine, even with that puncture. Still drives a-okay. Just, it would need to be a bit faster through the gears to make a lasting impression on the cars in front of it. The winning car, the Gashira, you can see how slow this thing is. This thing sometimes even stalls as well. Once it gets going, it's definitely the quickest car here. And then from the quickest car to the slowest, the Pacima well, the only thing that's fell off it is the cardboard. And there's a little dent in the door. Otherwise this thing is in basically pristine condition. So you know what, this car... Wait, is the Kashira going backwards? Where is the Kashira going? Excuse me, Kashira? Is this car a little bit possessed now? This thing, it's stuck in reverse. Somehow. Let's see if I can put that on stopping if it will stop, because I'm not actually controlling it. There we go. So anyway, this is the winning car, and the car that'll need to win in the next round if it's to get through. The other three, they don't need to win, they just need to survive and not finish last. So if you enjoyed the revamp of this series, and leave a like on this video, leave a comment down below, subscribe if you're new and hit that notification bell. If you don't want any future videos. If you could give me a follow on Twitter and Instagram, that'd be much appreciated. There'll be a link in the description down below. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you all next time.